إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله.
Okay. Here we have also the abilities and qualities, but we're talking today about the adjectives. So we have learned, for example, the tenses. كيف حاسة نفسك بالtenses? Much better? عندك أي أسئلة بخصوص الأزمنة
Better than before.
tenses؟
No,
الحمد
no,
لله تمام.
teacher.
Okay.
Okay.
الحمد لله تمام. Please إذا في هيك أي شيء just let me know يعني ونتمرن عليها أكثر. Okay. اعملي مراجعة وشوفي في أشياء مثلا
There is no
تحسيها
sound, teacher.
مش كتير ظابطة. let me know.
There is no
Okay. وأنا
sound.
أه
The sound is cutting.
hello.
Hello.
صوتي واضح؟
إيه دحين واضح، أول اختفى الصوت.
طيب الآن تسمعيني؟
يس الآن دحين أيوة أسمع خلاص.
Okay. I was saying شو كنت عم بقول نسيت شو كنت عم بقول. طيب.
Talking about abilities and qualities. Yes,
Yeah.
qualities.
The qualities. So we're going to see today the adjectives, the different kinds of adjectives. Okay. Now, what are you like? So, in here, match to make full definitions about personality traits. Trait which means ميزات أو سمات بالشخصية. Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
For example, if you are shy, what is the answer from the right? If you're
Yes.
patient, what is it? If you are competitive, what is it? And if you are optimistic, what is the answer from the right? Hello, Fatima. Good morning, my dear.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. We're good, thank you. Welcome to the class. So today we're talking about the abilities and qualities like last time, but in a different way. Today we're talking about the adjectives, ed and ing adjectives, okay? So let's start. For example, the first personality trait, if someone is
If we
shy,
are shy, wait.
uh-huh,
You feel nervous or sometimes afraid around other people.
mhm. So if you're shy, you become so generally, so you feel nervous and sometimes afraid of other people. Okay. Fatima, if you are patient, how is it going to be? What is the feeling?
Mm, Just wait. I think if you are patient, you are able to deal with the problems and delays without becoming
Delays.
delays
Delays.
delays without becoming upset or annoyed.
Very good. Okay, now Iman.
If you are competitive, you generally like to be more successful than other people.
And the last one, Fatima.
If you are optimistic, you feel confident and helpful about the future.
Very good. So, what are you like? So, are you shy, patient, competitive, or optimistic?
Patient. I am patient.
وانتي فاطمة؟
Shy person.
تمام. Okay, we continue. We've got here Carol, Aiden, Naomi and Linda. So we've got here, this is Carol, Ida, Naomi, and Linda. So what are they like? What do you see? What are their personality traits? Who looks, for example, optimistic? Who's competitive or shy and patient? Which one? Hmm? Let's start with the first one, optimistic. Which one is optimistic?
Letter C.
Yes, okay. Competitive,
Competitive. Uh,
I think B.
shy,
A.
uh,
uh,
and D, what is it?
Patient.
Patient. Yeah, the teachers are so patient. Okay, now what kind of jobs do they have? So, for example, D, she's a teacher. What about C?
C.
What kind of jobs does she do?
Mm. Maybe a dancer
The answer, maybe. What about B?
Businessman.
A?
Student.
Maybe a student or maybe someone, she's in an
or
internship.
maybe a writer. She's a writer.
A writer or in administration. Okay. Now here, what do they enjoy doing? What don't they enjoy doing? Okay, maybe let's try to read and then we go back to these questions. Let's start here with Carol. What's the story behind Carol? So we've got Carol, okay. Then we got Aiden, then Naomi and Linda. Okay, we will see all of them. All right, let's start with Carol. Um, this, yeah. Iman, can you start reading?
I'm naturally quite shy.
Naturally.
Naturally quite shy, and I get easily embarrassed when I have to speak
Embarrassed.
embarrassed when I have to speak in front of a group of people. Just last week, I was in meeting at work. It was very boring, and I was feeling quite tired. I wasn't really paying attention.
Very good. Okay, let's go back to Fatima. Yes.
Suddenly, the boss asked me, "What do you think, Carol?" And everybody looked at me. I had to ask him to repeat the question, and it was really embarrassing.
Embarrassing. Very good. Okay. Now here, so as you can see, shy here is an adjective that describes a personality trait. خجول. In the text, there are four other adjectives to describe how Carol felt and to describe a situation. Can you find them? So what are the other adjectives that we may use when you're shy? How do you behave?
Embarrassed,
Shy,
Embarrassed. Okay,
embarrassed.
shy. Shy, all right. لكن عوضا عن shy we've
boring,
got
boring,
embarrassed.
yes, boring,
Boring, ممل. Boring, ممل. So here in the text, there are other four adjectives to describe how Carol felt and to describe a situation. Can you find them? Boring هي عم تحكي على situation. Okay, what about embarrassed? Is there any other words?
I was feeling quite tired. Paying attention?
Yes. You're shy, you don't pay attention. And when we talk about the situation, boring and The situation was boring
tired,
and
tired,
she was tired. She was tired. But the situation was embarrassing. Okay.
mm,
In here, we have different adjectives. Okay. So we've got adjectives that with ed and adjectives with the ing. Have you ever heard, have you ever had an embarrassing moment like Carol at school or at the office
All
before?
the
Did you
time.
have some kind of embarrassing moment?
All the
yes, sometimes.
Sometimes it happens, especially at school, right?
School, yes, especially in school.
طيب الآن عندنا نوعين للadjectives احنا adjectives ending in ed and ing. Adjectives ending in ed, they express emotions. We use ed adjectives to express how we feel. Okay? So, for example, A, the movie was boring. So, we felt bored. So, where is the emotion? Where is the emotion? Is that we felt bored. So something boring causes you to feel bored. Okay, so the movie let us feel bored. So bored, with the adjective with ed, expresses the emotions and how we feel. طيب, now I am on the left in these questions. Let's try to answer them so that you practice more the use of adjectives. So here, for example, have you ever watched a boring film or movie or other programs that was boring, that you felt bored?
yes, sometimes we feel that.
Do you remember the name of the TV show
Mm,
or a movie?
I forget the name.
When I'm watching a play, I feel boring. A play, not
A
My,
not
play. When I watch a play, I feel bored.
bored. They are boring. Is it right?
They are boring. ايه تمام. You feel bored because they are boring. تمام. Okay. طيب for example Fatima, when was the last time that you felt bored? When was the last time that you felt bored?
the last weekend,
And تمام. And how often do you feel bored, Fatima?
how often?
How often do you feel bored? يعني كم غالبا بتشعري بالملل؟
Not all the time.
Ah, okay, I don't feel bored all the time. Very good. What about you, Iman?
The same as Fatma. I don't feel bored all the time.
Oh, this
Sometimes.
I have a tough question for you. Are your lessons sometimes boring?
Listening boring? No.
Are your lessons sometimes boring, Fatima?
No.
No. طيب, at university, did you have some boring lessons? I had before,
Yes,
unfortunately.
Yes, sometimes.
like math or
Ooh, math, yeah.
Physics.
Oh, yeah.
physics. Yes.
It seems like we're not scientific here. Absolutely, yeah. Okay, we continue. Now, so adjectives end in ed and ing, what is the difference here? إنه ال ing they express what was it like. We are describing a situation. اوكي. هون عم نحكي على مثلا مثل interested و interesting. رح نشوف هون في كثير adjectives. And so the ed we here are describing the way we feel. So the first, it describes the situation itself. The second, he was describing the way we feel. Okay. So let's start with Fatima. Fatima, try to read the first sentence in ing and ed, يعني the whole line. And then one by one, Iman, Fatma, okay? Yalla, Fatma, we start with you.
It was a boring movie. I was so bored during my vacation.
Very good. So you can say, oof, oof, it was a boring movie. You're not conveying or you're not clarifying your emotion here. You are just giving or describing the situation itself. But when you say, oof, I was so bored, here you are conveying and you are giving your feeling. Iman, the second.
My young brother is annoying. She is annoyed with her boss.
Very good. So there's a difference. So to be annoyed here, something that is annoying, and I am annoyed. Very good. Three.
That question was confusing. He was totally confused in the exam.
Okay. So here that question was confusing. For example, we can say, oh, this is confusing, or he was totally confused in the exam. تمام. Okay. Yes.
That
So the fourth.
was that was disappointing race. Mom was disappointed with my results.
Very good. You can say, I am disappointed, or this is disappointing. Very good. All right. مخيب للأمل. فاطمة.
Istanbul is an exciting city.
An
Um,
exciting city.
I'm excited about my trip to New York.
Very good, girls. Continue.
To- Today was exciting,
Exhausting. لا. Today
exhausting.
was exhausting, or
Today was
I.
exhausting. I feel exhausted after exercising.
Very good. After exercising. تمام. فاطمة.
Thunder is
Thunder
thunder is frightening.
is frightening. Yeah. يخوف يعني.
Oh,
Oh.
Michelle is
Michael.
oh
That one is Michael.
Michael is frightened of the
Frightened.
dark. Frightened of the dark.
Frightened of the dark. Very good. Iman.
It's
There was there was a shocking accident. Dad was shocked with the news at the
Very
news.
good. Very good. تمام. In here, يلا. I want you try to give me a sentence talking about you. تمام. You can use something for the ing adjectives. I will send you راح ابعت لكم قائمة فيها هيك أفعال الادجectives اللي بتكون مثلا بالing وبالاed. Okay. راح ابعت لكم إياها بعدين. Try tell me here, for example, a sentence using an ing adjective and the other one in the ed adjective. وبليز حاولوا تكتبوا لي في الشات خليني أشوف كيف الكتابة. خليني أطمن يعني. I want to be sure that you write correct. يلا. Think about anything you can. So you're going to formulate your own sentence using the adjectives provided in here, or if you remember another adjective, go ahead. I'm just going to focus on the structure itself. Okay? يلا, I'm waiting for you. You can describe whatever you want. انتوا احرى شو راح تصفوا. انا بس راح صلح يعني اذا في خطأ بس. اوكي. وصفوا اللي بدكم اياه. مثل العادة. Yes, ladies.
Yes, yes.
عم تكتبوه.
Yes, I'm Victor.
تمام. Okay. It's okay. I'm waiting for you. Do you like romantic books?
Yes, sometimes.
Yes. Sometimes, yes.
I advise you to read for Daniel Steele. Just searching about some books, and I can find there are new books. They are so interesting. If you want, I can give you some titles. Um,
Like what?
لحظة، في كتاب الآن الكل عم بيحكي عنه، لسه ما قرأته لكن I'm going to buy it. For Helen Hoover. Okay, I'm going to write in the chat. في عندكم جين أوستن. روعة روعة يعني. معروفة جين أوستن عملت
How
لها
many
Pride
pages?
Prejudice. I'm
Sometimes.
going to write it in the chat. ها. في عندكم دانيال ستيل كمان. لحظة، هيك عم ببحث على كتب ready. I will give you some hints. في دانيال ستيل all her books are so amazing. حلوين الكتابها. يعني رومانسية هي. اوكي. لكن حلوين. دانيال ستيل is amazing. في كمان هذه كاتبة جديدة اسمها كولين هوفر. حلوة لكن. كولين. عندها كتاب اسمه It Ends With Us. في كتاب كمان مشهور الآن اسمه Ugly Love. Then Ugly Love. It's really nice. This lady is doing great. Colin Hoover. Check it if you want. You can
Is it
download
available?
Goodread.
It is
Try to.
available.
Sorry?
Available in the library or
Sure, yeah, I'm sure. Try to all the time before you buy any English book, try to read, try to check it on Goodreads application. Try to download Goodreads application and check what people recommend, what are the opinion of the people, some, يعني, to have an idea if that book worth it or no. Okay?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good application. تطبيق بتشوف فيه كل العناوين للكتب، آراء الأشخاص، يكون أنتم كمان تحطوا آراءكم مثلا بخصوص كتاب معين. It's really nice. But these, if you like, يعني I will give you if you want some books. But these Jane Austen is the best. يعني دانيال ستيل كمان. أوف. So romantic, and her stories they are full of adventure, and it's really nice. Colin Hoover الكل عم بيحكي عنها لكن صراحة لسه ما قرأت لها. But everybody is talking about her, so why not? Okay, now let's go back to the sentences. You can take screenshot if you're interested.
Yes, I take it.
تمام. So Fatima says it was embarrassing. What does it mean, embarrassing?
I mean embarrassing. But
Okay.
yeah, I make it wrong.
No,
The
we
word.
write it like this. It's okay. Where is it? Embarrassing here. So to be, to feel embarrassed. Okay, and embarrassing. Embarrassing. I was so impressed ولا embarrassed تقصدي embarrassed
Listen, embarrassing.
البي هي بي ما هيش ب هي بي مش ب there's difference um a lot of students they make this confusion between البي والبي. Try to train yourself with this. When you hear, for example, B, مثلا board, P, for example, paper. Try to train yourself so that when you hear it, it's not that difficult. تمام? Okay. So it was embarrassing that night. I was so embarrassed when my dad called me that night. I was so embarrassed when my dad called me. بالإيدي called me that night. It
Okay.
was an embarrassing night. It was embarrassing. Well, that night was embarrassing. مثلا. Iman, this university is exciting. I am excited about learning English there. مثلا. Very good. All right. Any question?
No,
No.
thank you.
حلو. تمام. كبداية حلوة. طيب, we've got here we have here an exercise. Let's try to do it. So complete the sentences with the correct adjectives. So we've got here Judy and Simon. We're going to read each one, and we've got for four adjectives like embarrassing and embarrassed, confused and confusing. So how are we going to add these? يلا, let's try to read about Judy first. Okay, Iman, try to read about Judy. يلا.
Yes. Judy didn't understand the questions in front of everyone. She had to ask the teacher to repeat the question. She is uncomfortable and awkward.
Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. الOR.
Uncomfortable. الأو
ال
إيه؟
طيب, مش هيك. الOR بنكتبها, but you do not say it. Okay?
Uncomfortable and awkward.
Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable
طيب,
and
الOR
awkward.
مش موجودة. يعني بنقول uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
طيب, you will know much better. Okay, now here, uncomfortable and awkward. So Judy felt very what here?
Good teacher.
I'm sorry?
Repeat, please.
Okay, so I was saying Judy felt very what here? Embarrassing, embarrassed.
In front of she is she is embarrassed. Ed.
She felt very embarrassed because we are talking about her, so her feeling. Okay, tamam. So B, continue with you, Iman. I will give the turn later to فاطمة. أيوة, so
I complete.
إيه.
Simon is working on a very difficult problem. He cannot find a solution.
لا 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 في جملة أخرى.
Wait.
B, عملنا A ما زالت B. It was an situation for her. So it was an
It was an embarrassing situation for her.
embarrassing situation.
Embarrassing
Thank you,
situation
Iman.
for her.
تمام. فاطمة يلا about Simon. Go ahead.
Simon is working on a very difficult problem. He can't find a solution. A solution. Solution or solution?
Solution. He can't find a
Solution.
solution.
He can't find a solution. So, see, Simon was confused.
Very good.
The problem is confusing for him.
Problem is confusing for him. Very good. Okay. What do you think about ET والING? كيف حسيتوهم؟ تمام؟
Yes.
طيب, what is confusing for you? What's the thing that you feel it is confusing for you?
About what you mean?
Yeah, you tell me. What does in life, what makes you feel confused?
Exams.
Exams?
Yes.
مثلا exams, okay. For you, exams. الباقي?
Mm. The problems.
Sorry?
The problems.
Problems makes you feel confused. Very good. طيب, do you find politics confusing? Politics, do you find them confusing?
Politic?
أيوة. السياسة, do you find it
Yes, talking
confusing?
about yes, it is, yes.
تمام. And طيب, do you find grammar confusing? What about grammar?
No, it's not confusing.
It's not?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. تمام. And what makes you feel confused? شو هي الأشياء اللي بتخليكم confused؟
Traveling for a long time sometimes.
مثلا traveling for a long time. وانتي فاطمة، شو اللي بيخليكي مثلا confused في بعض الأحيان؟
Mm.
Yes.
When I be in the meeting.
When you're at a meeting, maybe, so you feel confused sometimes. Very nice. We go now and practice more. هدول يلزمهم practice يعني ليثبتوا لما نعمل أي خطأ. تفضلوا يلا. Choose the correct adjective. One sentence for إيمان, one sentence for فاطمة. يلا. We start with فاطمة. One. يلا فاطمة.
I feel so tired. It's been an exhausting day.
So it's been an exhausting day.
Yeah.
حلو. إيمان.
There was a terrible storm last night. The kids felt very frightened.
Very good. The kids felt very frightened. تمام. فاطمة.
Mm. It is excited to live in the 21st century.
So it is exciting to live in the 21st century. Very good. Iman for
I feel because I feel disappointing. No, disappointed because I came at in 37th in the race.
I feel disappointed because I came in 37th in the race. Disappointed because I've given the feeling. Fatma 5.
William felt shocked when he heard the bad news.
Iman.
Number 6. That is a very interesting movie, but I am too tired to watch.
Fatma.
My boss just said that I have to work on the weekend. I'm annoyed.
I'm annoyed. Iman.
He always makes me laugh. He is amazed person. Amazed.
He is
Amazing. ing.
amused ولا amusing
Amusing.
بمعنى شخص
Amusing.
مرح يعني جاية من كلمة amused.
Mm-mm.
He was always so he always makes me laugh. دايما بيضحكني. He's an amusing
Amusing.
amusing person. هو يعني I'm not giving my feeling. هو an amusing person. تمام. Very good. طيب, let's go to Aiden now. يلا Fatma, you can read. So read about Aiden and complete the text with the correct adjectives. So I want you to read and tell me which one are you going to use. Okay,
Okay.
يلا.
I've never been a patient person. Yesterday I had to call the bank and I was on hold for 20 minutes. 20 minutes? What shocked customer service. I was so annoying. These banks make millions of dollars every year, but they can't um, they can't employ anyone to answer the phone. It's so fr- frus- frustrating,
Frustrated وإلا frustrating.
frustrating. I'm disgusted by the way they treat their customers.
تمام. So here, are you patient or impatient?
Me?
Are you patient or an impatient person?
Yes, I'm very patient.
Patient, تمام. And how do you feel when you've been on hold for a long time? For example, when you call the internet service or something and they leave you for a long time waiting on the phone. So how do you feel? Imagine, for example, you call the customer service for help and you feel they leave you, for example, for a long time waiting.
I
It's normal
nervous.
for me.
Nervous.
You get nervous, right?
No, it's normal for me. Not
It's normal for you.
yes.
Good. تمام. What about you, Iman?
No, I nervous. Becoming angry.
You get angry. تمام. Okay. طيب. Now we've got here Naomi. So complete the text with the adjectives. Okay. Let's go to Iman now. So we've got here exhausted ولا exhausting, relaxed, relaxing, satisfied, satisfying, and shocked, shocking. Okay, try to read the paragraph, and then let me know which one are you going to give, which
Uh,
adjective are you going to use. Okay,
I'm very,
يلا إيمان.
I'm very always been a very competitive. A couple of years ago, I was competing in a bike race. I was first place, and I was feeling relaxed.
Very good. بما أنه هي she was in the first place, so she was feeling relaxed.
When I came around, at a camera tool
A corner.
test, a corner too fast, my bike skidded out of control. There was blood everywhere, and I was shocked. Right?
Continue.
I just got back on the bike, and eventually I
Eventually.
managed. Efficiently,
لا. Eventually.
eventually,
Eventually.
eventually, I managed to win. It was absolutely satisfying,
لا. كان متعب, so exhausting.
exhausting,
But definitely very,
but definitely uh, very satisfying.
very good. There you go. Nice. Now, have you ever competed in an event? عملتي هيك مسابقة مرة مثلا إيمان؟
مسابقة. No,
No. And how competitive are you compared to your family and friends? Do you feel like you are competitive?
if there is a game in the same time, game like card, I try to win.
So you are competitive.
Competitive. Yes.
تمام. Okay, very nice. We continue, guys. يلا. So, طيب, we've got here Linda. يلا فاطمة. So this is Linda. Read about Linda and complete the text. Okay? يلا.
Everyone tells me that I'm an optimistic person. I usually look on the bright side. About 5 years ago, I lost my job. Naturally, I was surprised and a bit shocked at first. I was worried about the future, but I also saw it as an opportunity,
Exciting
exciting,
opportunity.
exciting opportunity to try
Opportunity.
opportunity to try something new. I sorry, but I didn't see. I can't see.
Sorry.
I signed up for a course in teaching English as second language, and I found it really interesting. I've been working as an English teacher ever since.
So here, and I found it really interesting. Very good. Now here, are you an optimistic, realistic, or pessimistic person?
I
How
think
do you feel
I'm
yourself? Yeah,
optimistic person.
you are an optimistic person. Tamam. Okay. What about you, Iman?
Optimistic.
Optimistic. Tamam. Great. Tamam. Any questions so far about anything?
No.
All good?
Thank you.
Great. Tamam. Great. Let's continue now. طيب, do you know what Narcissus was? Who is Narcissus? So in Greek mythology, Narcissus was a hunter who was famous for his beauty. So do you know the adjectives narcissistic? What does it mean? Do you have any idea what does it mean, narcissistic?
No.
Okay. So the word narcissist is similar in many languages. Does it have a similar meaning in your language?
And
Don't
like
you know?
energia, like
So
that.
here, exactly. So here, when we say someone who is narcissistic,
Like
هي
someone
جاية من narcissus. Sorry.
يعني زي الأنانية.
النرجس. نرجس هو نارجس. نارجسس هو اسمه هو نرجس. اوكي. هو يعتبر هو في الجريك ميثولوجي، ودائما بنعرف انه في الجريك يعني في اليونان قبل خاصة كان عندهم كتير هيك methodology يعني a lot of theories و mythologies كتير إشي يعني فلسفية. So when we say someone who's a narcissist, which means النرجس. لكن لما نستخدمها كword in يعني كadjective، narcissist اللي هو النرجسي. اوكي، narcissist اللي هو النرجسي. طيب do you have it in في عندكم معنى آخر؟ هاي هي يعني. طيب so
Selfish. Selfish.
تمام. We can
Selfish.
say someone who's selfish. شو كمان؟ What does it mean هو شخص نرجسي؟ يعني someone who has
Love himself.
yeah,
More.
they admire, actually they admire themselves يعني more than anything. Exactly. طيب let's see what is a narcissist. طيب وهي درجة كثير الكلمة هالأيامات يعني عملوا عليها كتب أصلا يعني. إيه. طيب now read the first half of the text and answer the questions. So let's start first with with the first place. Iman, can you read the first part?
Well, perhaps the clearest,
The clearest.
the clearest way to explain is to talk to or organ
At the
of word.
origin
Origin of word. Origin of word.
of the word.
According to Greek mythology,
Mythology.
Narcissus was
Who? Sorry. Was. I'm sorry.
was a generous
Generous.
generous
لا. Was a gorgeous.
was a gorgeous young man who feel
Gorgeous. جي. gorgeous. خلاب. رائع. فيك تستخدميها لبنت مثلا بتقولي هاي فائقة الجمال فبتقولي gorgeous.
gorgeous
لا
young
جي.
ja
gorgeous. جي هاي ما هيش جي.
Georges
gorgeous.
Georges
gorgeous.
gorgeous
gorgeous.
gorgeous
Uh-huh.
young man who fell in love with his own reflection.
Very good. Who loves himself a lot. طيب, do you know the difference between handsome and gorgeous? What does it mean, handsome? Someone who's
Handsome
handsome.
person who is
Like-
beautiful for man.
Beautiful. طيب, gorgeous أكثر. handsome بمعنى وسيم لكن gorgeous بمعنى خلاب. شيء يعني فاتن أصلا. Okay. طيب, what is the difference between confidence and arrogance? شو الفرق بين الشخص يعني بيكون confident و arrogant؟ خلينا نقرأها هاي ونشوف. فاطمة, can you read? يلا.
Today we use the word narcissist to describe a person who are arrogant.
لا. Who is arrogant.
Is arrogant and self-centered, or a person who spends too much time on their appearance or appearance. Unfortunately, research suggests that narcissism has become more common over the last 30 years. It's a difficult word.
Is it difficult?
Yes.
It's okay. هيك لنتعلم. طيب. So راح أعيد القراءة. Please ركزوا بس في النطق. So, well, perhaps the clearest way to explain is to look at the origin of the word. According to Greek mythology, Narcissus was a gorgeous young man who fell in love with his own reflection. Today, we use the word narcissist to describe a person who is arrogant and self-centered. What does it mean, someone who's arrogant? When we say arrogant بمعنى متكبر أو مغرور. We say in an informal way, we say someone who's cocky, okay, snobbish. تمام? You can say someone who's snobbish and cocky. So, and self-centered, يعني محاط بس بنفسه هو يعني الاهتمام له بس. Or a person who spends too much time on their appearance, ولا اللي بيكونوا لاهين كتير يعني بمظهرهم الخارجي بطريقة مرضية يعني مش هنحكي اللي عادية. Unfortunately, للأسف, research suggests that narcissism has become more common over the last 30 years. وكتير بيحكوا عليه النارسيسزم اللي هي النرجسية. mythology صارت كتير موجودة بالعالم يعني أي شخص مثلا خاصة صارت للرجال أو حتى النساء يعني we say someone who is narcissist نرجسية. Okay, نرجسي. So here, what is the difference between confidence and arrogance? شو الفرق بين شخص confident and arrogant؟ مثل ما قلت arrogant فيكم تقولوا arrogant وإلا someone who is snobbish. راح أكتب لكم إياها لحظة. فينا نقول cocky متكبر مغرور.
يعني بين شخص واثق وبين شخص متكبر.
أيوة. شو الفرق؟ فرق إنه someone who's confident إنه الشخص when you say I am confident شو يعني؟ هل أنت مغرور؟
لا.
بمعنى شخص واثق من نفسه. صح؟
صح.
لكن arrogance اللي هي الغرور والتكبر يعني والتعجرف والغطرسة وكل ما هو شيء سيء يعني.
ممكن
تمام.
نقول positive negative.
أيوة. So confidence is positive. Arrogance is
negative.
negative. حلو.
Negative.
تمام. طيب in this text which adjectives describe personality traits؟ شو عم بتشوفوا هون في adjectives اللي عم تصف الشخصية؟ شو تعلمتوا كلمات جديدة؟
Narcissist.
narcissist. اوكي. شو كمان؟
Arrogant.
arrogant and
self-confident. self-content.
self-centered. Self-centered, it means someone who just they care about themselves يعني and that's it. Very good. إذا بتحبوا اعملوا capture خليهم عندكم كلمات جديدة حلوين. تمام. يلا.
Right.
Do you know someone who did you know someone before who's narcissist or do you have someone like this?
Yes. A lot of
Yes.
people like that.
طيب. Okay, have you finished?
Yes,
Yes.
finished.
حلو. طيب ما زال هي الحكاية ما زالت لكن الوقت خلص. بدي إياكم تعملوا لي هذا التمرين. لحظة. طيب اعملوا لي هذا التمرين حلو. اوكي والمرة الجاية بنكمله. اعملوا لي هذا التمرين. Try to find what is the correct adjective. طيب
Okay.
بيثبتوا أو تتعلموا كلمات جديدة وهيك وأنا ببعث لكم أكثر كلمات لتعرفوا أكثر صفات. عملتوا capture؟
Yes.
اوكي. في هون هذه كمان make your own sentences use the adjectives. هون في review and practice. رح تحاولوا تستخدموا اللي بدكم اياه من الصفات من هون على جمل على انفسكم. اوكي make your own sentences. You can do as much as possible sentences. حاولوا تعملوا اللي بتقدروا عليه من الجمل. ما عندي مانع. اوكي.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. هذه talk about an emotional time in your life. هيك شيء كان حساس ممكن يكون embarrassed ممكن يكون satisfying meal ولا interesting trip or vacation. هذا رح نعمله speaking المرة الجاية. اوكي ونكمل. تمام. If you want you can prepare something على راحتكم. Thank you Ima. Thank you Fatma. I hope you like today's
Welcome.
lesson. It's
Thank you,
different.
teacher. Thank you.
It's different, but I'm sure you can do it, especially if you learn يعني new adjectives. It's going to to develop your speaking skills. تمام?
I like this lesson.
Great.
Me too.
Thank you, Iman. Thank you, Fatuma. Have a
Thank you.
great day. I'll see you next time بإذن الله. Bye-bye.
Yes, goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed.